There are roads built to connect cities. And then there are roads that test your courage. Paths carved by death itself. Every turn could be your last, every shadow could hide danger, and every kilometer feels like the world is daring you to keep going. These are the top 10 scariest roads in the world, 2025 update. And number 1 will shock everyone, so don't miss it. Subscribe now, fasten your seatbelt, and let's take a drive into fear itself. Number 10. Tsugaru Iwaki Skyline, Japan High in northern Japan. The Tsugaru Iwaki skyline twists around Mount Iwaki like a serpent made of asphalt. It rises more than 800 meters with 69 sharp turns. And if that sounds bad, try it at night, when fog covers everything like a living thing. Your headlights cut through the mist for only a few feet, and suddenly a turn appears. Too late. Drivers talk about a strange figure, a woman in white who waves at cars near the final bend. Those who stop never find her again. Locals say she was a bride who fell from the cliffs decades ago. Scientists say it's just fog illusions, but even they avoid that road after dark. Number 9. D915, of to Ashkale Road, Turkey. In the remote Pontic Mountains of Turkey lies D915, a 179-kilometer stretch built during World War I, carved into sheer cliffs by soldiers. Its most feared section, Darabasha Turns, has 29 unguarded hairpins stacked like a staircase to the sky. There are no barriers, no lights, no forgiveness. When rain falls, the mud turns the road into glass. When fog comes, even the cliffs vanish, and you drive, not knowing whether the next turn holds ground or empty air. Truck drivers pray before entering. They say it's not the road that kills, it's the moment you think you're safe. Number 8. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. The Death Road. You've probably heard of this one, the most infamous road on Earth. A narrow, one-lane dirt track, hugging the Andes Mountains with a 600-meter drop on one side and waterfalls on the other. For decades, buses, trucks, and cars slid off its edges, their twisted remains now decorating the jungle below. It's estimated that hundreds died here every year. White crosses line the cliffs like scars. Even now, though a new highway exists, thrill seekers from around the world come to ride it by bicycle. They call it the world's most beautiful way to die. When the fog rolls in and the jungle hums beneath you, it's hard to tell where heaven ends and hell begins. Number 7. Keelong Kishtwar Road, India. Deep in the Himalayas, where clouds touch your tires, lies the Keelong Kishtwar Road. It's barely wide enough for one vehicle, carved into the edge of vertical cliffs, and at points, there's nothing but a few inches of dirt between you and a drop that feels endless. The locals call it the cliffhanger. Landslides strike without warning. You hear rocks tumbling, then silence. Travelers who survive it often describe it as the longest few hours of their lives. There are no guardrails, no service stations, and no turning back. When the rain starts to fall and the fog turns thick, you realize the mountain isn't letting you go easily. Number 6. Ibar Highway, Serbia, the Highway of Death. On paper, it's just a main route connecting Belgrade to Montenegro. In reality, it's one of Eastern Europe's most cursed stretches of asphalt. With heavy truck traffic, tight corners, and sudden fog, the Ibar Highway has seen hundreds of fatal crashes. Locals whisper about phantom headlights appearing behind cars and then vanishing into the mist. Police say it's just reflections. But when drivers pull over, they claim to still hear engines roaring behind them. Even during the day, you can feel a strange pressure in the air, like the road itself remembers every scream it has ever heard. Number 5. Transfăgărășan Highway, Romania. Romania's pride and its most dangerous beauty. Built in the 1970s by dictator Nicolae Ceausescu to move troops through the Carpathians, this winding road climbs over 2,000 meters into clouds and storms. The scenery is breathtaking. Waterfalls, cliffs, tunnels, but the danger is real. Every winter, avalanches bury entire sections. Every summer, fog rolls in so thick you can't see the car in front of you. Drivers who underestimate it end up in ravines hidden by forest. Locals claim that when the mist gets too heavy, you can see ghostly soldiers marching along the road, remnants of the workers who died building it. Number 4. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan, China. They call it the eighth wonder of the world, and not without reason. Stretching over 2,300 kilometers and climbing more than 15,000 feet, the Karakoram Highway connects Pakistan with China through some of the harshest terrain on Earth. Avalanches, earthquakes, floods, and landslides are routine here. Whole sections of the road disappear overnight, swallowed by the mountains. Drivers risk altitude sickness and oxygen loss, and storms can turn the asphalt into rivers of mud within minutes. Yet it's still a vital trade route, and one of the most scenic on Earth. Imagine driving through beauty so vast it terrifies you, because you know one wrong move, and beauty becomes your grave. Number 3. Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. The road from Chengdu to Lhasa is breathtaking and deadly. It stretches nearly 2,000 kilometers through glaciers, valleys, and cliffs. The thin air, frequent landslides, and falling rocks make it one of the hardest drives on the planet. Truckers who cross it call it the road that eats cars. They travel in convoys, carrying oxygen tanks, because at 4,000 meters, even machines struggle to breathe. It's not uncommon to see half-buried vehicles from past disasters, silent reminders that not everyone makes it through. And yet every year, brave souls still take it. Because in Tibet, the closer you get to heaven, the closer you get to danger. Number 2. Kabul-Jalalabad Road, Afghanistan. 65 kilometers of pure adrenaline. This road connects two major Afghan cities, slicing through the Kabul Gorge, a canyon of cliffs and shadows. Drivers face narrow lanes, unstable pavement, chaotic traffic, and endless blind corners. Add overloaded trucks, reckless drivers, and weather that changes by the minute, and you've got a recipe for disaster. There's a saying among locals, only fools and heroes drive this road. When night falls, headlights flicker through dust and fog, and many swear they've seen ghost convoys moving along the cliffs, forever trying to reach a destination they'll never find. There are roads built to connect cities, and then there are roads that test your courage, paths carved by death itself. Number 1 will shock everyone, because no list of terrifying roads can ignore this legend. Number 1, the North Yungas Road, known worldwide as El Camino de la Muerte, is the ultimate test of human nerve. Carved into Bolivia's Andes Mountains, it drops from 4,700 meters near La Paz down to the Amazon basin. The width, barely 3 meters. The edge, a sheer 600-meter fall straight into the jungle. Rain turns it into mud. Fog hides the cliffs. Waterfalls pour across the path, blinding drivers for seconds that feel like eternity. For decades, this single-lane nightmare claimed up to 300 lives every year. Today, there's a safer alternate route, but thrill seekers still come to conquer the death road on bikes. They say when you ride it, the mountain watches you. At night, locals claim to hear engines revving in the darkness. The ghosts of those who didn't make it back up. They say courage is knowing fear and driving anyway. But on these roads, courage often meets its limit. Some of them still claim lives every year. Some whisper stories of spirits and shadows that never left. And all of them remind us that no matter how strong and fast we are, the road and nature always have the final word. So, which one would you dare to drive? Tell me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because next time we're taking the wheel down the top 10 haunted places you should never visit at night.